Welcome back. I'm Kevin O'Hara for habitsfeed2.com. Today's video, I want to talk about how much do your genes affect your drinking problem. This is a new series of videos that we're doing. It's 100 videos in 100 days, December through March, and our goal is to try and encourage as many people as we can to take up the challenge. New U22 is the hashtag, and like I said, just to stop drinking alcohol and get off the alcohol in now or in January. There's no point. If you can stop now, do it. Don't be fearful about stuff, because you're only going to go through a little bit of discomfort at the beginning. And yeah, if you can get through the Christmas period, especially with stopping drinking alcohol, if you can get through everything that's going on there and then get into January, you feed yourself. You feed yourself so much energy by doing that. You say to yourself, if I can do that, I can do anything. So don't procrastinate. So the video for today, first of all, we are being influenced by our genes, right? It's just no getting away from that, right? Regardless of what you think and whether or not that is an issue for you, or it's something that you think about. And it's more something that influences you and more something that influences your behavior and your thinking in a negative way. So it stops you from doing things. You've always got to ask yourself, how much are your genes specifically in this? Like, I'm not talking about gene expression itself. I'm talking about your, how much are your genes influencing what you drink? And nobody knows that, right? It's all conjecture, right? This is, if you have an abnormal gene, is it an abnormal gene or is it a normal gene functioning in an abnormal way? Is the gene being expressed in a damaging way? So the best way of looking at this, I know this is a simplified way. I'm no geneticist or anything like that. I don't know much about this, but I understand it from the perspective of that, 2 people can have or 10 people can have the same situation happening to them. And it's not in the situation. It's how that situation is interpreted and then how the person reacts to that situation. And that's what I mean by, are your genes being expressed in a damaging way, right? So I don't think that any of this should be a factor in your decision making, because nobody knows how much this is happening, right? And I think for me, it's a very subjective thing. It's something that most people will use it as an excuse. Most people will use it as a cop-out, as an excuse for not doing what they say they can do, for not taking on the challenges in life. It's the same thing. The labeling is a trap. Calling yourself an alcoholic is a trap. Saying that you're under a disease is a trap. It traps you into a certain way of thinking, and once you trap yourself that way, it's very difficult for you to get out of it, because you're always going to say, if there's a difficulty, you go, well, I can't do this because I'm an alcoholic. I can't do this because I've got this damaged gene. I've got this disease that's stopping me and preventing me from doing it. And once you think that way about yourself in one area, it's very easy then to step across into another area and go, well, if I've got a bad gene in that, I must have a bad gene, or I probably have a bad gene in this other thing as well. So that's stopping me from doing that. And it makes you feel insecure about yourself. It makes you feel socially insecure. It makes you feel psychologically insecure. It makes you feel like you are a problem in and of yourself, not your behavior. And this is what I'm trying to do all the time, is to try and get people to look at their whole life as a behavior. So no matter what happened before, no matter what your framework is, physical or mental framework starting from now, you can make a choice and you can make a change from now. And that's what I want to tell everyone. I think nobody can really tell you how much you are being affected by your genes. As I said, it's all conjecture. So are you going to base your life on somebody else's guess? Are you going to base your whole life on what you do and your happiness and everything else in your life, your experiences in life, what you experience, where you go, who you meet, how you interact with people, how you see yourself, how you carry yourself in this life? Are you going to base this, all of this, You're going to gamble on somebody else's guesswork, because that's all you're doing, because nobody knows this stuff. You know, there's a lot of people who talk the talk, right? They talk a good talk and they say, well, yeah, this is blah, blah, blah. This is what your genes are doing to you. But nobody knows that. You know, nobody can know your genes. So I like to base my decisions on observable evidence. I like to look at something and say, well, this is what I can do, and I'm going to try this, you know. If I can't do it, fair enough, I'll accept that, or I'll try something different first, and I'll try something different then, and I'll try something different then before I accept anything. So ask yourself, what is at the bottom of your behavior? Most people will say alcohol, but the alcohol is not at the bottom of your behavior. At the bottom, alcohol is just a tool. So at the bottom of everything is your thinking, and the way you think about yourself, and the way you process information, the way you, the goals that you're really trying to achieve in life. You know, some people's goals in life are just to do not much, you know, because they don't want the hassle of achieving anything. They don't want the hassle of what they know it will entail in order for them to move to that next level, to get something in life, to make something of value in life. So you choose to be influenced by advertising then. You choose to be influenced by culture. You choose to be influenced by peer pressure, so on and so forth. We all do it to a certain degree, but it's what kind of advertising and what kind of cultural pressures you're being influenced by, what kind of pressures you're being influenced from your peers. So anyway, I want to help you to get the best start possible. That's our whole aim of these 100 videos. So we've opened up access to a portion of our platform in the shape of one of our starter courses called the Quick Start Preparation course, right? You can find it in the link down below. And the objective of this is really to give you a clear view of where you can possibly go, what your potential is, right? To give you a clear view of, look, this is a step-by-step process. You know, if you do this, you can do that, and you can do that, right? You know, if you want to get to the other side of the street, all you have to do is put one foot in front of the other and you do this, you know, just to give you a really simplified example. Same thing, system, you know, you do this thing, and then once you do that, you get a bit of knowledge and you understand, oh, fair enough, I can move over to that next step. And then you get there. Before you know it, you're sort of up here and you're thinking, why didn't I do this quicker? You know, that's part of the regret we were talking about earlier on. You know, so it's having the confidence not to be able to get to that step where you're way out there and you've got this different way of thinking. I'm not trying to give you that confidence at the beginning. It's just to give you the confidence that you can do this. You can last without alcohol. You know, give you to try and encourage you, to give you the courage to step across that line. And as I said, always to commit to yourself, to take responsibility for yourself. You know, this is a prerequisite. I keep saying this on our whole platform, that we won't take people on unless they take that first, either the full-blown preparation course or at least this quick step, and then we encourage people to still go back and do the preparation steps, because there's so many different skills and behaviors and thinking skills that you need in order to change your mind into a different way of looking at things, into a different way of looking at yourself. Because there's so much that we need to do in order to build things up, but you need a solid foundation in order to do that. So that's what the quick step gives you. So as a final message, how much are your genes affected, or how much are they affecting your drinking? I don't know, but nobody else does either, right? Not for sure. You know, people have got different ideas and different theories about this, but nobody knows for sure. So why would you base any of your decisions based on their guesswork? Right? Somebody in a white coat, in a lab, who is, you know, their whole motivation for doing this is to come to a certain conclusion. And, you know, maybe you're talking about somebody's life work, so they're not going to throw it out if they all of a sudden come against something that refutes what they're talking about. So base things on your own observable evidence of what you see. And you know that you can stop drinking alcohol. All you have to do is not put it into your mouth. What happens afterwards, that's a different story, but you know, like I said, we build it step by step. So keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards to you, and take care of yourself. I'll speak to you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Bye now.